What is your profession?
So here we have the Imperial Guard forces for this 2,000 point game. The Imperial Guard forces are in a brigade detachment. I'm going to go through the different choices now. So, starting off with the heavy support, we have 3 Lehman Russes, 2 with battle cannon, las cannon and 2 heavy bolters, 1 Punisher with 3 heavy bolters. In the fast attack slots, we have 2 Hellhounds, 3 Hellhounds to say, each one has an Inferno cannon and a heavy flamer. So that's the heavy support and the fast attack choices for the brigade. Moving over to the troop choices, we have 10 infantry squads. Over here we have sort of alpha platoon, we have 5 squads, each one has a plasma gun and a las cannon, except for 1 squad at the back which has a plasma gun and a missile launcher. We then have another 5 infantry squads for Bravo platoon, and we have each squad has a melter gun and a las cannon, except for 1 squad at the back which has a melter gun and a missile launcher. We have 4 command squads. Each command squad has a sniper rifle, a regimental standard and an autocannon. And finally for the characters, we have 4 company commanders, each one with las pistol and chainsword, and then we have 2 stand-in models today. Unfortunately, I was a little bit silly and I forgot to bring my 2 commissars. So my 2 Lord Commissars are being represented today by 2 Death Company with Thunderhammers. The Lord Commissars themselves are actually armed with Power Fist and Bolter. So there we go. That is 2,000 points of Imperial Guard in a brigade detachment. Just like to mention that today's video is being recorded on our new camera. Excellent, so hopefully we will see a better quality of the video. The focus should be much better, we can zoom in and out. And yeah, I'd really love your feedback on that, if you give us lots of feedback on what you think of the quality of the camera. I have played around with the settings, but I might be able to get the picture quality even better. So, without further ado, let's move on to the Tau forces. So here we have 2,000 points of Tau Empire. These forces today are in a battalion, so that's an extra 3 command points for the Tau. So starting off on the left, we have the troop choices. We have 3 squads of fire warriors, and each squad is led by a Shazwi, and each Shazwi has a marker light. And then we have 2 squads of stealth team, 6 men in each one. Every single suit has an advanced targeting system, and each Shazvra has a target lock and a marker light. They've also got 2 marker drones each per squad. Behind them we've got the Ghost Keel. He is armed with a cyclic ion raker, 2 fusion guns, a shield generator and target lock. He also has 2 stealth drones. Then we have the HQ detachment, or section I should say. So this commander here has 3 plasma guns and a shield generator and 2 gun drones. This commander over here has 2 missile pods, advanced targeting system and multi-tracker.
And 2 drones.
And 2 gun drones as well. Then we have Longstrike, who has his railgun and 2 smart missile systems. We have 2 Piranhas, and each Piranha has a fusion gun, 2 Seeker missiles and 2 gun drones. And then we have 2 more Hammerheads back here. Each one is armed with an ion cannon and 2 smart missile systems. So there we go, that's 2,000 points of Tau Empire. Of the Hammerhead's got 2 extra missiles each as well. Oh, should say each Hammerhead has a Seeker missile as well. So lots of Seeker missiles here. So 2,000 points Tau. It's been a long time since we've seen the Tau on the channel. They have sort of been dug out of the attic, so to say. So this will be the first game that Johnny has used them in 8th edition. So expected to get lots of things wrong. But one thing I would like to say is any of you Tau players out there that have any recommendations for Johnny's list, please let us know, because he will be working things out as we go along with this list. So if you've got any recommendations, you know, unit choices, equipment choices, please let us know. So without further ado, we'll go to the field of battle. So here we have the warlord for each army. On the left we have the Imperial Guard Company Commander. He has the Mordian Iron Guard Warlord trait, Iron Discipline, which means anytime anyone near him tries to run away on a 4+, they do not run away from battle shock. He also has the relic, the Iron Star of Mordian, which means he has a 4+ feel no pain. Also, I should say that the regiment trait for the entire Imperial Guard army will be Mordian Iron Guard. On the right we have the Tau Missile Commander. His relic for today will be the Pure Tide Engram chip. So anytime anyone spends or uses a stratagem on a 6+, the Tau will get a command point. And also I think once per game you can do a reroll to hit or something similar. It's not particularly useful because his Warlord trait is he may advance and shoot as if he had stood still, which means that he's going to be jumping all over the place, firing lots of missiles, hitting on a 2+, and thanks to things like his multi-tracker and stuff, he will be able to reroll those ones to hit. So, they're the two warlords. Let's be back at the end of deployment and we'll see what the mission is as well. So here we have the field of battle after deployment, a line of Imperial Guard infantry with some heavy armour presence on each flank. And over here for the Tau, they've deployed all their armour on their right hand side. Smattering of infantry in the centre, and then their elite segment has infiltrated forward. We've got all the stealth teams and the ghost kill here, so it's going to be interesting. So the mission for today is one of the new chapter approved ones. It is mission 2 from Match Play. Now I can't remember the exact name, but I will put it up at the beginning of the video on the match details. Essentially it's the one where both players place 3 objectives, and when it gets to turn 3, 4 of those objectives disappear and you're left with 2 objectives, each of which is worth 3 points. First Blood, Line Breaker and Warlord are in effect. So essentially it's kind of like a modified version of Emperor's Will when there's 2 objectives, except for you don't know which 2 objectives are going to be left over. They are randomly selected. So currently the Tau have got turn 1. We both rolled a 4, but because the Tau deployed first, they get a +1, so they get a 5. So now the Imperial Guard must attempt to seize the initiative. The Tau really want to go first. Let's see if the Guard can seize. The Guard do seize. That is a 6. Let's see what they can do in turn 1. So an interesting turn for the Imperial Guard. In some areas we did well, in other areas we didn't do quite as well as we wanted to. So over here everything advanced forward and unloaded into the stealth teams, but thanks to them being -1 to hit, it just made a lot of the small arms bounce off, and the Hellhounds were really unlucky with the number of shots they were getting. One got 6, another one got 6, and then one got 3. We were able to kill 1 stealth suit, and he was forced to use Saviour Protocol on 2 drones. He would have lost 2 more stealth suits from a overcharged plasma gun, but like I said, he had to use that Saviour Protocol. So getting rid of drones is always good. I've got to get through them anyway, but yeah, that is a lot of burst cannons facing down this part of my army now. We'll see what is left there at the end of Tau turn 2. Swinging around over here, bit more better luck. We unloaded with all these guys. They were at long range, but we were able to, with a couple of wounds to spare, wipe the Fire Warriors out there. So the Guard have got First Blood, which is important. Those extra points can sometimes swing the game. Over here, everything unloaded. We were unlucky in some areas, lucky in others. You know, a lot of my overcharged plasma hit, but you know, I still got pretty low number of shots from my battle cannons. But overall, the final result is we have done 8 wounds to Longstrike. So at least he is -1 to hit now. He only has 5 wounds left. But yeah, there's still plenty of Tau left on the field. They've got their 3 hammerheads here, and they've still got a lot of their infantry left. They've got their 2 commanders to come in as well. So it's going to be interesting. It wasn't an absolute blitz of a turn 1 for the Guard, but we were at long range. But let's see how the Tau can respond in their turn 1. So an interesting Tau turn. Probably didn't do quite as much damage as they wanted to, but they're getting used to the way the weapons have changed from 7th to 8th edition. You know, the change from for pulse weapons only wounding on 3s and guard getting an armor save definitely caught the Tau by surprise. So over here, the fusion guns, the ghost keel, the plasma commander, and the missile commander all opened up into this Hellhound. They were struggling, even in fusion range, to get the dice rolls they wanted on the 2d6 for damage, and were only able to do 8 wounds. And finally, the missile commander fired his shots in, and I failed my armor save, which would have killed him because of 2 damage each. Then I used a command point to re-roll it and just managed to keep him alive. I just didn't want this Hellhound exploding and damaging all my hits around. I mean, I may have done some damage to Piranha, but it would have been worse for me. And also, of course, I want the Hellhound alive for next turn. Over here, the burst cannons fired in, the pulse carbines from the drones, and some pulse rifle fire from these fire warriors. All of it combined fired in. One squad was completely destroyed. Another squad was able to hang on by the skin of its teeth by using the take cover stratagem. So, and they also had to use the insane bravery stratagem to keep them around. I just want that melter gun and that las cannon available next turn. We've got some armored targets here that I need taken care of. Yeah, like I said, the stealth teams would normally happily just rinse a squad each, but due to the fact that pulse weapons aren't quite as deadly as they used to be, the infantry were able to survive. Now, coming on over here, I should say, just a little side note, these 7 guys fired in and were able to kill 1 guardsman. So that's a little side note. Every guardsman killed is useful to the Tau, though. But the sort of main event was a little bit disappointing for the Tau, unfortunately. These 3 hammerheads all opened up on that Lehman Russ just there. Longstrike rolled a 1 to hit. Johnny used a command point, re-roll, got a 1 again. Really disappointed. Really wanted to see Longstrike just slam a ray around through Lehman Russ and out through the other side, but wasn't to be. Both ion heads then fired and were able to sneak a wound through each, so they do 2 damage each. So that Lehman Russ has taken 4 damage. All the smart missiles opened up and were able to reduce this squad down to just the las cannon and the plasma gun. I had to use the stratagem that makes me take a morale test on 1d3 to keep them around because they're at least at 10 thanks to the Lord Commissar plus being Mordian, so I couldn't fail. So overall, basically, 2 squads of guardsmen killed, a Hellhound very badly wounded, and a Lehman Russ tickled. Not quite as much as the Tau wanted, but let's see what the Imperial Guard can do in their turn 2. So, a blistering turn by the Guard there. We got into close range fire. You could definitely tell it paid off. Over here, the Hellhounds continue to just pour fire onto the stealth team. We're able to kill 2 and get rid of another drone. But the stealth teams are standing firm. Over here, the melter guns, las cannons, rockets, even a few cheeky las guns, plus the Punisher. We were able to bring down both of those piranhas. The Punisher sort of came into his own, just gunned down a piranha, and everything else worked together to kill that other one. I think 1 fire warrior was killed over here as well, just the 1. Cheeky long range shots. That was all this flank, and then over here, the inexorable march, the units are conga lining forward, making sure those las cannons aren't having to hit on -1. The plasma overcharging, plus the rerolls to 1 to hit from these 2 officers. Just absolutely did a horrendous amount of damage, and we've been able to kill Longstrike and another one of the hammerheads. So there's just a lone hammerhead over here, plus this unit of Tau fire warriors. So this squad is inexorably marching forward, laying down horrendous firepower. Over here we are getting stalled, we're doing damage, but the Tau are stalling us. But this will be the chance for the Tau to leap forward into action and try and gun down as many of the Guard as possible. Let's see if they can do it in Tau turn 2. So that turn did not go the way the Tau wanted. So essentially it started off really well. The Ghost Keel came in and blew up a full health Hellhound, and then Mr. Ironhead over there managed to get 3 cheeky shots onto this Hellhound and blow that one up as well. So 2 Hellhounds down, good start. And then the stealth teams opened up, and all the stealth teams, 36 shots firing into this Guardsman squad, were only able to kill 2. I mean, I did put the take cover stratagem on them, but still, just no hits. We were just saying how there must just be so much fire that's being poured into there from all the Hellhounds that they're just struggling to aim. The heat must be affecting their targeting sensors or something. They see in predator vision, so it must be really hard for them to hit. And then that squad over there was able to fire into the same squad here and do one more casualty, and then they passed their battle shock there. So no one's died to battle shock yet, which is good. And that's it pretty much. A wound was done on this Hellhound by the Plasma Commander. So 2 Hellhounds down for the Guardsman. This squad was tickled, and the 3-man squad that was here, I should say, was killed by the smart missile system there. So, you know, not terrible for the Guard. We can definitely, you know, absorb that number of casualties, but we're going to see what we can do about this absolutely stubborn bastion of stealth teams. Let's see what the Guard can do in their turn 3. So the inexorable advance of the Imperial Guard continues. These units conga lining forward, moving forward 6 inches, are able to do some damage to this hammerhead, but they had to call in tank support from this Leman Russ and this Leman Russ. Both battle cannons fired. Johnny was very impressed by the fact that if I move under half, I still get to fire twice and I'm not affected by movement for my heavy weapons. But I got 18 battle cannon shots, and they only managed to do two wounds. It was pretty unfortunate. 2 or 3 wounds, sorry. And then one of the las cannons, this one over here, just fired in, got that 5 to hit, got the wound, and then was able to do 5 damage on the hammerhead. So it has been taken down by 9 wounds in total. Over here, this squad wasn't attacked this turn, and everything on this flank poured as much firepower as they could into these stealth suits. 2 are left on one squad, and the final drone has gone away. So there's 7 stealth team members there. So we've almost gotten down to about half, but there's still a lot of firepower available to the Tau. Let's see if they can do something miraculous in their turn. I should just mention that the objective that stayed around for the Imperial Guard was that one. So the one that was here has gone, and the one that was here has gone. So the Tau are going to do theirs on camera now. So that's on a 1 to 2. That's on a 3 to 4, and the one over there is 5 to 6. So it's a 1 to 2. That's exactly what the Tower wanted. They needed that to stay in the game. Let's see what the Tower can achieve in their turn 3. So the Tau Castle continues to be defiant under siege. Over here, they blasted with this squad here. These stealth teams blasted into that squad over there and were able to remove them, as well as the 3-man squad that was over here. So lots of pulse fire being effective this turn. Bit better than last turn when those stealth teams really let themselves down. This guy over here continues to be absolutely fantastic with his fusion guns without needing any assistance, just blows that Hellhound up. So the Hellhounds are dead. Long live the Hellhounds. It's now down to the Leman Russes for the Guard. Missile guy over there did surprisingly well. Got 3 hits and then 3 5s and 6s. Thanks to having AP -2 on his missiles due to the advanced targeting system. Was able to get 2 wounds past the Leman Russ, and that resulted in 4 damage. You got a 1 and a 6, which is on D3 damage. That is 4 wounds. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it in terms of... Plasma Guy helped kill the Meld Squad that was here, I should say. Over here, moving on to the last remnants of this Tau flank. This guy was able to fire into this squad and did quite a bit of damage. And these guys gave supporting fire, and now there are only 5 members of that squad left. So whilst there's only a few Tau forces available over here, they are holding on for as long as possible. But let's see what the Imperial Guard can do going into their turn 4. and some defiant tower resistance over here. And we have our castle of infantry here. So it's castle v castle. Let's see what the guard can do going into their turn 4. So Imperial Guard turn 4 went about as well as could be expected. We're just continuing to grind forward, attrition warfare style. So this plasma gun guy and this plasma gun guy were able to finish off the hammerhead. I was pretty lucky with 4 plasma shots. I got 4 hits. They all wounded. Johnny was able to save 1, but that was just enough with the overcharge to finish that hammerhead off. This squad over here, plus this squad here, plus the las guns from here, that was what did it. The las guns from these squads, because the plasma and las cannons fired over here, and the las guns fired into this squad, and were able to kill 3 of the Tau Fire Warriors. So small arms over there claimed 3, heavy weapons claimed the hammerhead. This guy tried to do some long shots with his battle cannon over there, but was unfortunately unable to do anything. However, this guy unloaded with his battle cannon into the 2-man stealth team and just popped them, just absolutely annihilated both of them. So that was really nice. Johnny again shaking his head at the fact that Imperial Guard tanks can move just under 5 inches and still fire twice. Over here, smattering of firepower went into the stealth teams over here, but were unable to do any damage. These units over here, this command squad, this Punisher, and this squad here, all fired into the Fire Warriors and managed to kill 4, and 1 more disappeared to Battle Shock. Really unlucky with the Punisher. 40 shots, only killed 3 of them. But his heavy bolters were able to claim the drones that were up there. The final shot of the Imperial Guard turn was a cheeky las cannon round from this guy. He was just able to see the shimmer of the Ghost Keel. He needed 6 to hit it, thanks to all the minuses the Ghost Keel has on it. He needed 6 to hit it. He got the 6, he got a 4 to wound. The Ghost Keel wasn't able to stop it, and he managed to put 4 damage on the Ghost Keel. So well done, that guardsman. Just seeing the shimmer of the Predator-like stealth technology on the Ghost Keel, he was able to see it and chip off some armor plating. So that was really good going by him. So it's not looking great for the Tau, but they still have some assets left on the table. They've still got a pretty much undamaged stealth team, a pretty much undamaged Ghost Keel, 2 commanders, and a smattering of Fire Warriors. So they're not completely out of this game yet. They can do a lot of firepower with their remaining units. Let's see what the Tau can do in their turn 4. So the Tau continue to fight tooth and nail. They will not give up. This Ghost Keel jumped forward, and with its 2 fusion guns and its cyclic ion raker was able to reduce this down by 10 wounds. So it's only got 2 wounds left, I should say. So it's so badly damaged you can't even hit the Ghost Keel anymore. Over here, these stealth teams raked into this squad and killed 6 of them. They used a stratagem to hold on, so they don't have to take the 1d3 leadership test, and they just about passed it, so that was useful. I'm still trying to keep my record of not losing a man to Battle Shock. So far, we're just about holding on with that. Over here, the commander provided some long-range missile support to the Fire Warrior squad that's there, and was able to kill off a number of guardsmen. That 4-man squad is all that's left. They were able to pass their leadership test, though, so still haven't lost anyone to Battle Shock. Those Fire Warriors also put some pop shots into them, but they were able to weather the storm relatively well. And yeah, the plasma guy fired a few shots. I can't remember exactly what he did, but he tried to do some wounds to the tank. He tried to hit the tank, but I don't think he was able to do anything, unfortunately. Tau plasma not being able to overcharge as far as I'm aware, and only being strength 6 does limit it in its anti-tank capabilities. So that was Tau turn 4. They've started to make advances on this guardsman castle. The guard have a lot of forces left, but the Tau have a lot of firepower left. Let's see if the guard can do anything going into their turn 5. So an interesting Imperial Guard turn. Over here, all the main tanks open fire. Well, I should say these 2 tanks open fire onto the Ghost Keel, able to do a smattering of wounds to it, and then all the infantry open fired and were able to do another wound to it. We were able to get lots of hits because these guys and these guys down here took out the drones first, because I can target the drones. I always forget, but I actually was able to target the drones. I was just able to kill them, which meant that that was only -1 to hit rather than -2 to hit. And that was what allowed me to actually connect any damage whatsoever. But it still has 2 wounds left, so it is not out yet. It is on its final bracket, but it is still here. And the Punisher, because it couldn't physically target anything else because of being -1 to hit, just fired everything it had into 2 drones and just about killed them. Sort of exciting news is this, as you can see, infantry blob sort of manoeuvred into position to do a final blow against his fire warriors, but wasn't actually able to kill them. You see, these guys were the only ones that could see. They did first rank fire, second rank fire, but did no damage, and then they failed their charge. And everyone else, I thought, well, why not? Let's move in advance and then move. So everyone has sort of got into positions so that no matter where these fire warriors go, at some point they're going to get shot and charged. So let's see what these brave fellows can do. But we're going into Tau turn 5. They still have that stealth team which wasn't shot at this turn, and they still have that ghost kill and their commanders. Let's see what the Tau can pull out of the bag this turn. The Tau will not go silently into the night. The ghost kill, unfortunately, due to being on his last bracket, was unable to do much damage to the tank. However, this stealth team over here butchered this squad down to just 1 guy. The missile commander over here absolutely evaporated 1 squad, and that fire warrior team that was on top killed 2 from that squad. So even though the Tau are on their last legs, they are still putting down some heavy punches. Plasma commander unfortunately was unable to do more than 1 wound to this tank. So this tank is on 1 wound. This squad is down to 1 guy. 1 squad was wiped out over there and another reduced to 2 men. So the Tau, with this limited sort of assets on the table, are still putting out a respectable amount of firepower. It's now time to go to Imperial Guard turn 5. Let's see what they can do. Sorry, that was my mistake. That was Tau turn 5. So let's see if the game continues. It will do on a 3, 4, 5 or 6. Do the Imperial Guard want the game to continue? I'm not sure. It does not continue.
Damn it.
So the Tau are saying, damn it, let's see if he's right in that assumption. We'll come back when we've counted up some points. So we've tallied up the final points. The Imperial Guard have 3 points for this objective, 1 point for First Blood, and 1 point for Linebreaker. These cheeky chappies here are just scoring it for the Imperial Guard. Over here, the Tau have 3 points for their objective, but they're just out of line breaker range with the stealth team. They needed it to go on for 1 more turn. So that means the Imperial Guard have won by 2 points. So a very close game. Very interesting with it devolving into just this side of the board. But this Imperial Guard castle moved on to the centre of the objective, made a stronghold, and basically said to the Tau, come and take it off us. The Tau made quite a good effort, but unfortunately were just unable to do it. Johnny said he could have got a draw, and how he would have done it, he would have got Linebreaker over here and then shot me off getting Linebreaker over there. So it would have been First Blood to the Guard, but Linebreaker to the Tau. That was what he was going to try and hope for, but unfortunately it didn't go on to turn 6 and 7, so it is an Imperial Guard victory. But we'll go into more detail in the after action battle report.